Hello. I had a request to do a Let's Play of Banished, so figured I would give it a go. I did play this before. I bought it a while ago when it was on sale. And I played a bit, but I didn't record anything for it. And, well, I enjoy it. And it seems like a entertaining thing to Let's Play, so gonna do that. I don't know how long this is gonna be. Probably won't be, you know, like a bunch of episodes trying to die horribly, unlike in Dungeons of the Endless, where, you know, got to floor 6 and died. But this should go better. Probably. Hopefully. Town name. I'm not calling it Rentlington. Rentinglington. No. We're gonna call this, like, I don't know, something clever. Witten. It's like Witty Town, but Witten. Right, anyway. Hit that button much more times. Waiting. Sweet. And now I have to remember how to play. Put that down there. Put that there, because I'm going to move those up. So I have a bunch of people, I have a bunch of stuff. Let's put that over there. That over there. I'd like to see... Yeah, I'm gonna play this game, this beautiful game, and I'm gonna have the screen cluttered with UI stuff because I want to see everything that's going on. Alright, where am I? This looks remarkably similar to the last map I was on. Oh no, it's not. There's no river over here. Oh wow, lots of room to expand over here. Okay, that's good. Lots of rocks. I like having lots of rocks. Surprisingly, rocks are hard to come by once you start building stuff. But, don't worry about that later. This is Banished. This is the game where you try to survive and are always waiting for winter to show up. Speaking of winter, I have time on. And, yeah, faffing about and time is running. It's not good. Alright. First I'm gonna build a dirt road. And then I guess I should probably put my people in some houses or something. Seems like a good idea, right? Well, first, before I build any houses... Well, no, I gotta build some houses right now. Can I rotate stuff again? I'll figure it out in a second. There we go. I don't want a house there now. I don't want houses up there. Like here or something. So I'm gonna put the woodcutters down there. So. Alright. Houses. Cool. And it's around here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Nice time to be builders, yeah? Those down as fast as possible, and then I'm just gonna like do a run through of this real quick, getting started before I actually talk about what's going on, because otherwise people will just suddenly up and start dying, and that's not exciting. Find an area for the collection of roots and berries. Where do roots and berries grow? Just around, or is it in forests? I don't remember. Well, I'm gonna put a farm down. I'm just gonna arbitrarily put it here, because that seems like a good spot, right? Now that's right in the way of any expansion. Bigger houses, like... Oh, screw it, just do that. Put another house here. Another one there. Ooh, blimey. Oh, it moves back. Okay. Okay, so orchard is up. I can actually grow food, and I can actually talk about what's going on here. In Banished, you are the, I don't know. I don't know what you are. You're just a thing that draws out some squares and people build stuff on those squares. But this group of people, they're like nomads from this, I don't know, a area of sort of, I don't want to say medieval, but for people that just want to live off the land and don't want to live wherever they were before, which could be like, it's not explicitly said that these people used to live in like a modern city like we have in the West, air quotes. So it could be that, or it could just be, people that don't want to live under like a fiefdom or something in the oldie times. It's not important. The point is, you have to get these people to survive. You have to help them grow and expand, and yes, survive. Which is, it seems like, oh, surviving's easy, right? No, it's not. Surviving is not easy. Not in this game. It can be, if you don't screw up and forget to build the fishing dock somewhere. Why don't I put it on here somewhere? Come on. There we go. Oh. I've got the business end pointed on the land. How can I fish from the land? I cannot gather fish from the dirt. Maybe some people can. I'm not as talented as these people, however. Cool. And everyone in my troop is still homeless. There are still some homeless people. That is bad. Well, I guess I'm gonna make suburbia here. Just take this road, and do one of these, and that. Take a house, and just kind of knock some down. That person, I need a fire cutter. Firewood cutter, rather. A fire cutter! A person that cuts fire from the trees. Anyway. It's a pretty interesting game, honestly. Because, like, it makes you really kind of think about, well, do I expand? Do I, do you build another 4 houses? Or do you save your resources because it's, getting pretty close to winter? Which is extremely dangerous. Winter, you have to, you see in the storage barn here, you hide coats. You have to make clothing for your people so they don't freeze to death in the winter. And as evidenced by this being, like, top priority, you have to make a woodcutting hut, and you actually really, really, really need to keep your fuel supplies high. Because when winter comes, winter's cold. Especially when you don't have, central heating, insulated houses, electrical amends abound. Like, you have to rely on the nature around you to survive. And so, that means cutting down a crap ton of trees. Which thankfully there are plenty of in this area, so I've got a nice... It's actually pretty clear here, so I've got a nice little starting spot, and then I can worry about the everywhere else later. speaking of trees, I don't want to remove all the resources. I want to... Nope, now I do. Well, I want to expand to the water because the closer you are to the water, you know, you can build fishing docks. And fish are plentiful and easy to get. When you don't, you know, overfish the area. Which, when you click on a fishing dock, this circle, crash course gameplay right here, this circle around most buildings is like their effective radius, and when you overlap those, it takes, you know, the efficiency takes a huge penalty. I don't know if it's a huge penalty, but the overlapping area takes a penalty. Not sure what it is, but the point is, don't overlap your stuff. Don't cross the circle, Z. So yeah, there's that. What was I talking about? Something about circles, gameplay, surviving off the land. That's about it, really. You know, you got all sorts of buildings and such that you can use to survive. You got your regular wooden houses, which, you know, they're quick to build. Pretty light on resources. And then there's stone houses, which are easier to warm, but they're extremely expensive in terms of resources, because that's... What is that? 40 stone? Yeah, it's 40 stone and 10 iron. And that much stone is hard to come by, especially when you get, like, you know, 40, 80, 120 people in a town, in a village, in a settlement, an area. It's really difficult to sustain that kind of a town built of stone. But stone houses don't burn, and that reminds me. Where is the well? There we go. Yeah, contain... What's it say? Provides water for putting out fires. Yeah, that happens. I had a fire in my last village once. I put wells up basically on every corner after that fire. Because it burned down half the village in about an hour of, like, you know, game time. And that was not having that happen again. It was very expensive and very traumatizing. Not really traumatizing, but it was pretty intense. So making sure you manage your risks, but also encourage growth, are two very important parts of this game. You see, I have kids becoming adults and working as laborers now. So yeah, you have your people, and they make more people, and then those little people become big people again. It's great. I know that's a really, like, basic, you know, description of people making babies, but whatever. No one... I don't think anyone listening to this is listening for anything highbrow. You know what I mean? It's pretty simple shit going on here. Now there is one thing I think I want to build the Forester Lodge, because that, you know, it's, yeah, it's a forester. They, as it says on the tin here, they selectively cut down trees and plant new trees, which is great. So that way you don't wind up cutting down an entire forest. Like this, you could go through in pretty quick. I know it's a very, very arbitrary number, but it's surprisingly fast to go through that much wood. Why do you have no home? According to the game, this is a 12-year-old laborer. Yeah, I don't know how this game's aging system works, but it's pretty interesting. Anyway. What was I going to do? I was either going to talk about more stuff in game, which I think I have rambled in your ear long enough. So what I am going to do instead is find the gatherer's hut. Or am I going to find the Hunting cabin. See if I, the hunting cabin, you can hunt down wild game, which is deer, whatever these are. Deer, elk, moose, no, not moose. Not like deer. And you get, meat, and you also get hide, which can be tanned into leather coats, which you need to clothe your people. So it's either that, or I go find the herbalist, or herbalist, depending on where you're from, and that will help keep your people healthy, because herbs can be like, medicine, natural remedies and such. So those are good for keeping your people alive, so they don't just up and die of, typhoid fever, or something else terrible. I think I am going to build up, but the thing is about these gatherer huts, they need to be built in pretty foresty areas, right? So if I built it here, like where my settlement is, it wouldn't really do anything, because, you look around, and it's all just grass and rocks and bigger rocks, and you kind of look around over the forest, and I think you can see some of the bushes. Yeah, you see some. Those are some titanically huge mushrooms, but like that's where all the growth is, right? All the natural roots and stuff. Hey, look, there's like some friggin' big onions, man. I don't even know. They're huge. But yeah. That's what those are for. I'm just gonna stick this out right around. Oh, that's a nice spot. Right there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have like a collection of these gathering huts in the same spot. They won't overlap, because they're hunting for different resources, right? The herbalist hut is looking for whatever the herbalist hut looks for, and then the gatherer's hut is looking for like berries and onions and stuff. Totally different, right? And then I could put the forester lodge in the same spot, so that way it fills out their gathering circles, or I can build a bunch, like kind of overlay on top of them on the inside. I don't know. It's pretty, gets down to a lot of like what you can plan out ahead, really. I'm terrible at planning though, so, I'm not very good at this game. Although, my last village I managed to not kill everyone, so, I'm not too bad at it. Not terrible, just not very good. I'm just gonna remove all of that, because there's some iron and stone, and there's other stuff in there that I want. There's a lot of iron here, which will be very useful, and this is... See, where is that one thing? You can build mines and quarries, but the mines you have to build into a hill. You see, it's like, this cannot be placed in this location. You stick it on a hill, and it's like, oh, I can place there now. So, yeah, that's a good spot for a mine. It's nice and close. And, indestructible, I think. So, once it's there, it's there. I'm not sure how they work, though. I don't know if it's just, like, where the mine is placed. That is where it draws from, or if you place the mine here and it draws from, like this area. So, I'd like to find that out one day. Maybe I will, in this playthrough of Banished. Dun dun dun. I think I'm gonna play until, oh, I'm playing on 1x speed. Jeez, look at that extra long. There we go. That's better. So now I can talk and we can watch things happen. And watch as I have no logs. No lumber at all. Let's go cut down some more trees. Or rather tell them to cut down more trees, because, Oh, I don't have anyone that can do that. Well, I don't have any firewood, so I need someone to go get some firewood. Might as well have the woodcutter do that. You're the one using all the bloody wood, damn it. And I think all these buildings are done. No, there's this one that still needs to be finished. And I have 6 builders for some reason. Why do I have 6 builders? Building stuff. I'm not building anything. Oh, I'm building that well. Oh, jeez. All my stone's gone. Some thing about wells, they, you know, just, it's 40 stone a well. So, you know, this is something that they have set up to be built later on. When you have a giant town where stuff being burnt down is a very distinct and real possibility. Like, say, when you have a blacksmith. And, not saying that your blacksmith is terrible, but, you know, it's a forge. You have to, you know, get metal to several thousand-ish degrees. So, sometimes things just light on fire. And then you burn half the village down. That happens. It happens. 10 logs, and I have 64 firewood. That is not enough to last the winter. That much fish isn't enough to last any amount of time. Now you click this magical button here, that shows you the production stats. So that's, you know, how much you gathered per season. And that's only 163. This only finished this season. So, it hasn't really done anything yet. I hope. I hope it doesn't only get that much per season, because I have 13 people and they will starve halfway through winter. If I don't get more, yeah, reserve of food is low. If I don't get more food, I'm gonna have some issues. Early autumn, oh yeah, this is bad. I might die in the first year. If I do, I'm not gonna upload it if I die. It's just too pathetic. Alright, all my builders are done. Is the herbalist not done? So I can keep my people alive that way. I have those 2 builders still on queue. So that means, let's turn this time down. Where did it go? The hunting cabin, that's what I want next. Now, you can see these deer are just kind of meandering about, but I'm going to put it in the forest anyway, because it makes more sense for the hunting cabin to be in the forest. Actually, no, you know what? If I'm going to put that in the forest, I'm going to put the gatherer's hut in the forest, because that needs to be in the forest, so it makes more sense to build the building that needs to be there, instead of faffing about, which is what I would be doing. Reserve of logs is low. Well, can't ever win. It's always being like, yeah, you don't have enough lumber, man. Well, man, you know, like, whatever. Stick that down next. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build this dirt road. Your villagers travel faster on roads, obviously. So maybe that wasn't obvious. But I have only 1 job available there, so we'll build half as quickly, but it's not a high priority. Let's put another builder in there. Oh, geez. This place is growing quickly. I'm already at 15 plus 8. I can't math right now. It's what, 23? 23 people already? It's barely even winter yet. Oh, that's, that is a bit dodgy. That is quite dodgy. Might encounter some problems. Especially since I only have 108 firewood, and it's already starting to get cold. That's what, 7 Celsius? It's kind of chilly. It's a bit nippy. logs to build or cut into firewood. And that is my secondary food source right there. And yeah, see, what I was talking about earlier with having the forester lodges, like overlapping the, like, well, not really overlapping, but encircling the area my gatherer huts and such will be in. This is what I meant. You see, this area, it's effectively covering, that's about 3/4-ish of its radius. I'm getting about 3/4 of its use out of it. And this will forest the next about half of that area. Yeah, it's about half. So it'll densely forest the rest. So it'll be effectively operating once this gets up and going. So in like a year or two, I'll be getting like crazy high yield from this hut. So some planning goes into it, some planning doesn't. Like fishing docks, you just kind of, as long as they're not overlapping, you just toss them in. I think, actually, the more you fish a river, the less fish there are downriver. So if I were to place another fishing dock here, which I wouldn't, but if I did, it would be less effective than this one, because it's, you know, some of the fishing would be pulled out of the water. So, there's less there. I will eventually build another fishing dock on this part of this, I don't want to say lake, because this is pretty small for a lake. It's a big pond. Uh-oh. This is where the deciding factor of whether you plan properly or not happens. It's right here. On the first frost, the first snowfall. And I'm still getting food, and fish still swim in the winter. Apparently. Oh, that's not good. That's not done yet. I still have hide coats though, so I still have some insulation from the cold. But it's getting a bit dodgy. Let's see if we survive this winter or not. And if I survive this winter, yeah. Guess I'll keep playing. Play on a year-by-year basis. What is taking them so long to build now? Oh, there's no road. So they're just kind of meandering through the wilderness. I think I will put a road down there. That'll be easy. Just... It wants to go that way, so I will let it go that way. Eventually someone has to dig that. Yeah, it's the laborer's job. Oh, and they're mining that. Fantastic. Is that gatherer's hut done? No. The forester's lodges, though. How did it finish first? Oh, that's right, it was cleared. That's iron and stone. I'll just leave those there. Don't need to remove them yet. Now we're into full-on winter. Do I have any food? I have no food, no logs. Time to not cut anything down. So I need trees. I should have put down that hunter's cabin because plants don't grow so well in the winter, but the deer do fine. It's doing alright. Okay, the reserve of firewood is low. That's pretty dangerous, but I just got a whole ton of logs, so... Making firewood is fast. It's always fast. So I don't really have to worry about that. I have 98 iron. That's a lot of iron. I should build the blacksmith and start making some iron tools. Or make something that needs a lot of iron. Late winter. Haven't died yet. No one's died. Excellent. What's the inventories on these? Oh, I have squash still from when I planted that. Aha! We're getting through the worst of winter. Managed to not die. Fantastic. Put a person on that. Oh, I have 3 people on build duty that they don't need to be on build duty. Managed to survive to early spring. Well, that's the first year of Banished in a nutshell. Plan, build, pray. Well, pray if you do, pray if you don't. Or don't pray if you don't. That didn't make any sense. So that is, I guess, part 1 of this Let's Play of Banish. That was, what, like half an hour or so? Should probably cut here and see you folks in part 2, where I have no idea what I'm doing next. It's gonna be great.